Hey, happy Sunday. And in case you missed my post on Wednesday, happy Veterans Day to all you veterans out there. Uh, I'm a veteran, and one of the greatest things I'm most proud of in my life, second to only being a dad. But that's it. Happy Veterans Day. Okay, only one link today, but it's a very, very important link. And if you've been following me for a couple of years, you know I've spoken about this in the past, but it's taking on new meaning, and it's now uh, Mr. Lighthouser, who has given us the tomato suspension agreement, which you know I'm totally against, is now aiming towards berries and cucumbers. Remember, oh, I'm sorry, and peppers. Cucumbers will be after that. It is time for the other states that border with Mexico and really retailers throughout the country to step up and voice their concerns, because that kind of protectionism, and let's back up for a second, I love the United States more than anyone. I just told you I was a veteran. I bleed red, white, and blue, but this has nothing to do with that. Florida cannot on its own support what this country demands in those items. That's just a fact. They just, again, it's just another veiled attempt at protectionism of their own products. And the only one that hurts is consumers. You saw that what happened with tomatoes this year. When tomatoes were generally $8 or $10 FOB, they were $15 and $20 FOB, and they want to do the same with peppers and cucumbers. Florida, I'll give you a perfect example. The South is getting hammered with storms. Chances are the pepper crop is going to be hurt. Where are you going to get the peppers from if you want to take Mexico out of the system, right? And even without a problem, Florida can't supply the rest of the country with peppers. So you need Mexico. We need everybody. We send apples, pears, and to Mexico, and it's again this protectionism attitude. So anyway, the retailers, consumers got to get behind it the other way and tell Florida, I'm sorry, this you're not you don't dictate what happens to the other 50 states and 350 million consumers, and that's just the way I feel. Freight. Uh, Again, if you've been following me, I told you this was coming too. Freight is a cyclical thing. When 2 years ago, when freight was $8,000 to $10,000 for the whole season, a lot of trucking companies to keep up demand bought a lot of trucks, and then freight got cheap, and we got hit with COVID-19. So we lost. They were losing money, plus they lost a lot of drivers. From here in Texas, I can tell you a lot of the drivers come from Mexico, and they can't come, back across the border. So we have equipment with no drivers, and they're not autonomous yet. So that's a big factor. But freight, was $8,000 to $10,000 to go to the East Coast last week from California, and even. Track that way from Nogales, Arizona. Freight remained reasonable out of Texas, but not enough volume on items. So it's going to be a tough deal. Now you got next week, you're going to be buying for Thanksgiving, going to the East Coast. So it's going to be a tough week. All right. Hopefully there was an Indian holiday. I hope I'm saying correct. Last week. Hopefully that's over, because a lot of drivers now are. From India, and that's their holiday. So hopefully we'll have a little relief next week, but demand is going to be way, way up. So, usually from now until January 15th, freight rates are usually high. So I can't imagine what they're going to be. Okay, let's talk about markets. I'm going to talk about avocados, because I don't want to give anybody ideas, because I think it's a terrible idea. But last time we saw this protracted, long, cheap avocado markets, and avocados like in the $16 to $22 range. that's a cheap market. Uh, Last time that happened, we had a strike, and I hopefully they learned their last lesson because they lost a lot of retail business after that last strike, and hopefully they won't do it again. But I got to tell you something, it's definitely in the cards. I just want you to be aware of it. That all of a sudden there might be, you know, they might stop picking. I just feel it. So hopefully they learned their lessons last time, but just be aware of it. Okay, now talk about the other general markets. Okay, I mentioned the storms in the south. That's definitely going to make Mexican and Western product significantly more demand. So red peppers, we had some frost in the fields this past week, and we had cooler temperatures, basically in the northern part of the deal, and not really Central California, but we're going to transition to Coachella. First Coachella peppers have started, and they'll be ramping up. But for those of you who don't know, those Coachella peppers, I always say they look like Cubanelles because they're not like the red peppers we have out of Oxnard and Hollister, and they're not that deep dark red. Totally different growing conditions in the fall in Coachella. So usually the first one you'll hear people, I don't want that stuff, I don't want this stuff, until there are none coming out of Oxnard and Hollister, and then all of a sudden everybody wants them. So most of the crop is going to be a large size. I would say on a 15 pounder, probably in the 45 to 50 count, and that's just the way they are. And you're going to have Thanksgiving coming, so I think demand is up. Supplies are down, demand will be up, so this market definitely going to be a lot better for this week. So keep that in mind. And you may not like the peppers, but that's what's available. And usually after Thanksgiving, we'll start trickling in with some Mexican peppers. So, but the real volume out of Mexico doesn't really come until late December or January. Eggplants been probably the only dog. But I guess 18 inches of rain in the south definitely might change that market pretty fast. So I looked at the market. Same thing with the squash market. Squash market couldn't get out of its way. But I'm sure the squash in the south is decimated. So you're going to see $8, $10, $12 FOB on squash. And I said this last week. If you listen to the report last week, I said usually what happens is the market goes cheap, and then they start this build up to $12 to $14 to $16, and the week of Thanksgiving, boom, it crashes because nobody stuffs their turkey with squash, well, unless I missed that recipe on the Food Network. But so what do we have else? So we green peppers also. Green peppers out of California and out of Mexico will definitely be. I think it'll be a little better because of the problems in the south. Same thing with string beans. I know an item I didn't quote, but string beans are coming out of Mexico. Again, beans out of Florida are going to be a problem. So beans out of Mexico all of a sudden become a hot commodity. And I don't have to tell you about Roma tomatoes. Tomatoes in general have been smoking along, and I usually find that right around Thanksgiving they crash as well. Again, not a big Thanksgiving item. And that's it. I'm going to keep it a little brief this week. We're binge watching Scorpion, me and my wife and my son. So until next week, I think I'm going to go back to putting maybe not full reports, but just little blurbs of things I see during the week, or just to say hi. So keep that in mind. That's it. Love you. Love the produce business. If I could be any help to anyone, please don't hesitate to ask, and it'd be my pleasure. We're loading out of McAllen, Texas. We're loading in Fresno, California area, Coachella, Mission, Texas, McAllen, Texas, and Nogales, Arizona. We have offices in all those places, so please I could use your business because I love you and I want to do more business with you. Okay? Take care. Probably see you on Wednesday and have a great day.